be like this can't be it, right? This can't be it.
You know how it
Are you a
goes.
single parent? Are you running a single parent house?
Early mornings, late nights, still holding it down. Parents with that real love, steady running this town.
To go out there and be the best that they can when they come from that, people will stop looking at
That
single
real
parent households.
Conversations in the air, let the truth rewind. It was like 2005 every time we shine.
I was on TikTok, right? And I was in one of these panels. I was on a panel, and it was talking about single parent households, really talking about single mothers, right? And I had to ask a question. So the question was, do you not think that I can raise a successful child in a single parent household? And their response was no. You're bad for the community. You're bad for the poverty line. You just bad overall. And in his words was, you raising suck ass niggas. That's what they told me, right? I said, first of all, sir, I have a daughter. I'm not raising no boy. You know, if I did have a son, he would be over there with his dad. Because I'm trying to figure out why these single mothers have these boys. They should be with their dad. You know, I'm all for that. I'm definitely all for that. But what I'm not all for is you telling single parents that's out here doing a job of two people that they are bad for the poverty line, they're bad for the community. And that's what I have a problem with. Like, that's what we got to draw the line at. Like, we got to start putting limitations on stuff. I know we grew up with Lil Wayne, the sky is the limit, but honey, there has to be a limit. The way that the world going, we need a boundary. We need a boundary, and we need to say nobody go past here. The sky has a limit. I mean, we just have to have a limit. Like, the things that come out of people's mouths, I'm just like, what? A single parent household is doing the job of two people. So, example, you have two people living in the same household. Each of them bringing in $50,000 a year, right? So in that household, it means that they have $100,000 household, right? But then you have this single parent that brings in $100,000. They're bringing in the same amount as the two-parent household. The only difference is single parents kind of work harder. Ain't no kind of, they do. They work harder because the two-parent household only have to bring in $50,000 a year. That's it. They only have to bring in $50,000. I don't know how the single parent is pulling in that extra $50,000. Maybe their job actually pay them $100,000 so they're able to do so. That's the only difference. That's it. That's it. Everybody's trying to make it bigger than what it is, but that's it. That's all it does. It just makes the single parent work a little bit harder, but the income bracket is the same line. So I'm trying to figure out, how is a single parent household bad for the community, bad for the poverty line, when I'm bringing just as amount of money, just as much money as the other person, a two-parent household? Are you telling me that I can't raise a successful child in a one-parent household? That my child won't be successful? That they will be bad for the community, that they will not succeed, that they will not see beyond their neighborhood and their street? That's what the people is telling me. And I'm here to tell whoever think that is true, that is wrong. If you think that you cannot raise a well-balanced child in a single-parent household, I'm here to tell you you can. I know two-parent households right now that's going through turmoil. And the kids are losing. And they adding to the poverty line. Okay? I know some households like that. Two parents in the same household. But they adding to the poverty line too. Their children are being raised well balanced overall. Especially with their emotions. They lack emotional maturity. And I've seen this firsthand. But they coming from a two-parent household. Does it ideal? Yes. Is that the plan? Yes. Nobody just, and newsflash, nobody just wakes up and say, hey, I'm going to be a baby mama today. Hey, I'm going to be a baby father today. Hey, I think I'm going to have a kid by this random person. Yeah, I'm just going to pop out 2 or 3 of them from him. Yeah, I think that one right there. Nobody just wakes up like that. That's crazy to me. Like, okay, I just picked this man. And then they quick to say, you seen the red flash. You should have seen it. You should have. Oh, okay. I seen a red flash of somebody that was faking it. Okay, I seen how he could handle himself. But when it came to raising a child, oh, that turned into a whole nother person. That's something that I can't do. I can barely take care of myself. Now you want me to take care of another person? Sometimes, some people fold. So am I supposed to give up because that other person folded? Am I supposed to feel bad about myself because that other person folded? Am I supposed to not raise my child to be a well-balanced child because that other person folded? Am I just supposed to give up and just cry in my room every day and just give up to the world, just get on government assistance, just do all the rest of that stuff? I mean, just give it on up because that other person didn't want to take care of their responsibilities because that other person folded. So you telling me that it's my fault why this person don't want to show up as a parent to this child? So it's my fault. We live in a world that is so easier. It's so much easier to blame the next person. It's so much easier to say, yeah, it's you. Nobody just wakes up and say, I'm going to be a baby mama today. Nobody just wakes up and say, I'm going to be a baby father today. Let me just change my verbiage. Nobody wakes up and say, I'm going to be a single parent today. Nobody just wakes up and say, hey, I'm going to have a baby by you, and you're going to make me into a single parent. I think that's the route that I want to go. Unless they go through IVF or adoption or something like that, they voluntarily became a single parent. But trust me, they parenting with extended family. Trust me. They're not doing this by themselves. They want a choice that say, they woke up one morning and say, I think I'm going to do the IVF, or I think I'm going to adopt this child and it's just going to be me and the child. No, they have extended family. They have friends. I promise you they're not by themselves. I promise you. So nobody just wakes up and say, yeah, I think I'm going to be a, single parent today. I think I don't want this relationship no more. Yeah. Y'all remember that song by Fantasia when she said, it should be a holiday for single mothers trying to make a way. It should be a holiday for single mothers trying to make a way. See, it's one thing to be a mama. It's one thing to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? You birth the baby, you sign your name on the birth certificate, bam. You've been certified by the state of wherever you had that child at, that you are a mother. Like we talked about in the last post, parenting is a skill. Having a baby makes you a mother. Having a baby makes you a father. It doesn't make you a parent. And I want to address that because somebody had commented under my post and they said, well, just in case you didn't know, having a child makes you a mother or makes you a father. I mean, makes you a parent. That's what you said. Having a child makes you a parent, just in case I didn't know. So I had to slightly respond back to that person and let them know what it does. It makes you a mother and it makes you a father. That's why when you sign the birth certificate or if you do the adoption papers or anything like that have to do with a child, it asks what is the guardian name or what is the parent name or what is the mother's name, what is the father's name. That's what it say, mother and father. What is the mother's name? What is the father's name? Now, when you go to the doctor's office and things like that, they ask for guardian, what's the guardian name or things like that. But when you sign that birth certificate, it's going to say what's the mother name and what's the father name. That is a stamp of approval to let you know that you have now became a mother or father. That doesn't mean that you are a parent. And I think we need to start using the words to the correct definition. Like, we should stop putting things in a gumbo pot and calling it the same because it's not. Just because that person birthed the baby or helped make a baby does not mean that they are a parent. They might not even show up in this child's life until their child 6-7 years old. Does that make them a parent automatically? No. What it does, it makes them a father that they've been for the past 6-7 years. Now, moving forward, they can put things in place and start putting that parental guidance or parent skill into check. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. A single parent can run a single parent household, but you can also co-parent with somebody and run a single parent household. Do y'all know that? Because I'm starting to think that y'all don't know. People cannot be that dumb. That you could co-parent and still run a single parent household. People can't be that dumb. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. People could be that stupid. And it goes back to that Ryan Davis, Shay Shay, the Messy Club. That's what I call it. It's the Messy Club. Shay Shay Messy Club. Grown ass men. Anyway, he had Ryan Davis on there. Ryan Davis is a comedian, right?
My daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of here. And when she started,
he started talking about his kids. He started talking about his lifestyle. He started speaking about something personal. I think people took the context and just ran with it. Like, people love, like, they don't, I don't know. Maybe they took the content and left the context. I think that's probably what I'm trying to say. People left the context, what he was saying, for the content. Meaning people just posting it, talking about now he bad, about his 11-year-old and things like that, and how his daughter look at him like an ATM. What child don't look at you like an ATM? I hear my mom raise 6 or 7 of my nieces and nephews, and once they start seeing that I got money, they looked at me like an ATM too. Auntie ATM too. I have yet to meet a parent that say, oh, my child look at me like the love of their life. I done saved them and I done did all that. No, I ain't never, ever. Shoot, even my 6-year-old, we going to Walmart, she already preparing in her head. If I be good and I let you do your shopping, can we go to the toy aisle? Little manipulators. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids, that's what kids do. I think she like 11 or something, or 14 or whatever. That's what kids do. And then somebody had found his mother of his child, and they like, hey, he been in and out chasing his career, you know, things like that. But now he on. What's up? Now he on. Now he on. Whether y'all together or not, now he on. And if he is trying to build that relationship with his daughter, hey, if an 18-year was what you gotta look like, cha-ching, is what you gonna look like. Honestly, kids don't really start respecting their parents until they start going through life and experiencing life and creating a life of their own, and life give them experiences back. So then they start respecting the way that their parents raised them. That's when you're going to get the appreciation. That's when your child going to look at you and say, hey, I love you, Dad. Hey, I love you, Mom. I see the work that you've been putting in. Other than that, hey, you going to buy this for me? I'm kind of short on my light bill. Hey, what I got to do to put up and get insurance? Okay, so you say, what? I got to do what? Can I borrow this until Friday? I mean... Constantly, non-stop. My nephew 20 still asks me for gas money. Sir, where is you going? And how you gonna have enough to get back? You get what I'm saying? Like, I think people left the context so they could put out the content. And I mean, one thing I can say is, when he said that his child mother didn't want a child, and, you know, they compromised somewhere down the line, she ended up having a baby. Then they end up breaking up, or he ended up chasing his career.
she didn't want children. I wanted children.
So you don't force the kids on her now.
She had children for me.
Yes.
and now I'm not here.
Yeah.
This
Like
is,
my granny used to say, you ought to be beaten, made to stay.
And she was there to raise the child by herself, or probably with extended family. Now that I don't agree with, because that's just like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. I didn't want no kids. Let's start there. I didn't even want any kids, but I compromised with you because I'm assuming that we're gonna be together. I'm assuming that we're gonna work this out. Or hey, he might just make it. Let me go ahead and pop out this baby. Now I don't know. I'm not judging and I'm not speculating. Okay, but if she didn't want one, why even indicate to have one? But either way, the baby here now, you know what I'm saying? And now you left for her to raise the child. Now, I think that's some selfish shit. Just like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all those activists. Yeah, I think it's something similar to that. You left the mothers there to raise the child while you go and chase and fight and advocate for other things that's in the world. Whether it's your career, whether it's for the community, or whether it's for yourself. You went to go advocate with it and left me here and say, hey, at least I'm going to send you some money. At least the finances ain't got nothing like that's be the least of your worries. You don't have to worry about finances. I got us. That's more than what a parent's supposed to give. So if finances are what you led us with, then why be upset when your child look at you like an ATM? Why be upset when your child only call you when they want something? I have a niece right now that whatever she wanted, she could call her dad and he would provide it for her. He would provide it for her. Anything monetary, he would provide it for her. That's just one aspect of raising a child. That's just one aspect of being a parent. What about the other stuff that's on the back end? That builds character. That builds integrity. That builds ambition. That builds something other besides, hey, if you do this for me, that means you love me. And if you don't do it for me, that means you don't love me. Or if you tell me no, now we going into it. Now we not seeing eye to eye because now you done told me no. You're trying to cut off access to me the way I look at you. I look at you like an ATM. And when you start cutting off access to me, yeah, I got a problem with that. Because there's nothing else being instilled in that child but whatever you laid out. So you can't be upset when your child look at you like an ATM. Honestly, that's what our kids look at their parents for. That's why they got them long ass lists when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to their birthday, when it comes to no kid ever gave their parents a Christmas list, a birthday list, or anything type of list that said all I want is a hug and all I want for you to wake up and continue to be my mother. Let me know if y'all ever find that list, or let me know if your child ever wrote that to you, because shit, I helped my mama raise 7 of them, and ain't nobody never wrote that down on no Christmas list. Shit, I'm raising my daughter, and she ain't never wrote that down on a Christmas list. Hell, she ain't even said, hey, I just want a hug. She ain't never did that. So when people don't leave the context for the content. Because I actually think it was a really good interview with Ryan Davis. I actually think that it was really good, especially when he talked about when Sharp had asked him what is happiness, and he explained. Him and a couple of friends went to Panama. I think that's what he said he went, and that experience that he had there. When he was explaining that, the only thing I could think of was peace. Peace. No phones, no worries, just peace. I ain't gotta worry about making 5 or 6 plates. Peace. I can just worry about myself. Peace. That's all I thought about. And Sharp was like, that's happiness to you? Yes. Peace. We live in a world today where our phones are always constantly in our hand. Especially if we are content creators. Our phones are always in our hand. If I could go somewhere and I don't have to worry about my daughter, I I don't have to worry about picking up my phone and something that happened. I mean, I could just go with no phone, no electronic, just me by myself or me with another person a couple of days. Like, that would be happiness to me. That would definitely be happiness to me, especially with a great view and water. I love being around water. I love it, whether it's waves or waterfall, just some type of noise or scenery of water. I love it. That would be happiness to me. So I didn't see why Sharp was like, that's happiness to you? Yes. I felt that man peace. I was like, yeah, that's peace to me too. Absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, people left the context and run off with the content. And that brings me to that Netflix series, His and Her. It sure felt like a Tyler Perry movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I say this is something that Tyler would have wrote. This is something that Tyler would have wrote. But he did it. And it's a really good movie. But I want to point out to this. If I had to put a picture about a mother's rage, this would be it. This would be it. Now, I'm going to take the mother part out of it, and I'm going to say a parent rage. I never want to wish this upon anybody, and I never want you to be in that position ever. I never want to be in that position. But if you've seen the movie, you know how the movie ended, and I don't know if you understand why the mother did what she did. I don't know if you understand that. But as a parent, I understood why she did what she did. If she wrong, that makes her not right. But if she right, that makes her not wrong. But it depends on how the person see what is right and what is wrong. But if she was wrong, that means that she wasn't right. But if she was right, maybe she wasn't wrong. Maybe she was. And it started making me think, I wonder how many parents are sitting behind bars. I'm going to just say bars. Because they got revenge for their child. They got revenge for their child. I wonder how many parents are sitting behind bars right now because they got revenge for their child when somebody done their child wrong. You ever thought about that after watching that movie? She's just so happy. We don't even know if she's going to get caught. We don't even know what the daughter going to do. We don't even know if somebody going to find this letter. We don't even know the outcome. That's that cliffhanger. And I'm so upset about it. But that's that cliffhanger. That's that cliffhanger. But the thing about it is, a parent's rage. I pray to God that my nieces and nephews and my child don't ever find friends like this. With the characteristics and the integrity and the way that they think. Y'all praying for y'all kids. Y'all need to be praying about them friends that they hang with, because I've been seeing way too many videos, way too many stories about friends that turned on their other friends in the most disrespectful way ever. Like, what went through your mind to even, what? Ain't no amount of drugs could make you think that way. I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't hit hard drugs. I don't know. I never been out my body, I never been out my element. But I can just imagine. So, I'm going to end it here. This is episode 4. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And I hope everyone have a great day. Once again, I am Tyrra Monnik. I am the creator and host of Unconcealed Conversations.
Every time. To the parents that show up tired and still show love, salute to you. Because you're standing on 10 about yours. Will the real parents please stand up? It's time to accept the reward others tried to take from you. Let's raise our glasses up and toast to the good life.